$2.19. I did not give that man that was in front of me at the store permission to make any purchases. And whoever the black guy was that went slinging around the side of the building there, I didn't have any contact with him. I don't know why that black man turned back and looked at me the way he did, though. And I was just waiting. I thought he was at the back of the line, so I thought standing. I just went around the corner and was going around him. So I'll go back over to Circle K and turn in this time sheet. So I'll get 6 times 7, about $42. I can get paid $7.70, so what's 7.70 times 2 hours and 45 minutes? You might as well say 3 hours. And let's see, that's going to be 7 hours total. That would be 49 plus another 5. So I'll probably get about $46, $48 on my payday next Friday. That's not bad. I hate driving all the way down there, but shit, I got to. I got to turn in my time sheet. I got to ask my boss when she wants me to start working. She said she wanted to train me in the store during the morning shift because the people who work third shift don't hardly ever see her. And she wants them to be trained the way she wants them to do the work the store. So my feet are going to hurt like hell, but I'm going to have to just deal with it. You know, I don't have a choice. I got to have a job. If it hurts, it hurts. I think I might just start walking. Maybe it's just my back. Not exercising much and everything, plus my weight doesn't help either. I'd like to go on a diet where I just eat salad 3 times a day. That would be $15 a day on food stamps, though, and that'd be too much money. $500 a month on salad, so, you know, we don't have refrigeration, so I can't make salad, buy the stuff to make salads, and then, you know, make salads and just leave them. Otherwise, I would probably make salads with those Walmart salads have 700 calories, so, you know, but even then, that would be, if I ate just 2 of them, that would be 1,400 calories a day. They're really good salads, and that would only be $10 a day, which would still be $300 a month for salads. If I was going to make a salad, though, I'd want to make one like theirs. They're really good salads. The Walmart salads are the best ones that I've bought so far, except for the one time I got one that was frozen. A frozen salad, you know, so. I think somebody probably just made a mistake and put the salads in the wrong cooler or something like that, you know, before they put them out on the shelf. Because I've never gotten a frozen salad from them, but I hadn't bought that many from them either. But I like their Southwestern one, except they got those red peppers in it. I wish they'd even put that in there. I'm not big on peppers, and it doesn't hurt anything, you know. I mean, it's just a little spicy, but it's not too hot. And then Their other salad is just ranch. That one's good. The Southwest one's good. Chicken ranch. And I think they have another one that's got ham in it. I wish I could afford to rent a house over here. I wish I had $450 to pay my tuition so I could get my teacher certification program. Even if Caddo doesn't want me, there's other school districts that probably would, and private schools too, so, you know. And Neil hadn't called me back about the reference check. I slipped that thing under the door for Pearson. Okay, this is all closed. I guess I'll just go this way. There's one lane open over there, but I think I can cut back through here. I don't want to get shot either, but Circle K, everybody knows. Well, people that worked at Circle K know that Circle K employees are trained never to confront a criminal. And if somebody is trying to commit a burglary, to just give them whatever they want. And they have pretty strict cash money handling rules where they don't want bills larger than a 10 in the register. And you're supposed to drop your 20s, anything bigger than a 10. You know, in a time-delayed state, so they don't keep any money in the register, so they're probably not worth knocking off anyway. Exxon should have that policy, but they don't. You know, when I worked there, you could end up with $350, you know, $400. Whatever, the register would tell you when it's time to make a drop, but people have killed for less than $100, you know. But if Circle K's policy is, drop the cash, don't want anything bigger than a 10 in the drawer, then they're not going to have people sitting up there with very much money in the register, is what I would say. I'm hoping, that's the case, and if that's true, then all the burglars would have heard from Circle K employees that they probably knew or heard people talking about or heard through the grapevine what Circle K cash policies are, and would have, this was really quick. Gosh, that wasn't even 5 minutes to get down to 70th. There's Jerry Hodge. Good Christian folks there. I sent Jacob to the best schools in Caddo Parish and Bossier Parish, Apollo, Cope, and Blanchard. I took him out of the worst ones. And I took him out of Cope, too. Yeah, you avoid all those red lights. Wow. 5 minutes down, all the way down here. Dang. Look at that. I might put another $1 in there because I want it up there at that quarter tank mark. I can feel more fat on my belly though, and you know, that's not a good thing. So I bought 4 frozen pizzas for dinner tonight and breakfast tomorrow, and got $204 left in food stamps, so it's been $157 in food stamps in 7 days. So that's a little bit over $20 a day. That's still pretty cheap eating. You could cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or even dinner and snacks. Jake's gets dinner 5 days a week, but usually afternoon time. He's hungry after school sometimes, so I'll stop and buy him a sandwich or go through the drive-thru at McDonald's for him. He's 210 pounds and he's 5'10", 5'9.5". That's like big enough. He doesn't look. He looks slightly plump. He doesn't look like he's an obese child just because of his height. So I think as he gets taller, he's going to thin out. I think. I believe that. You know, unless he just eats tons of food and he knows, you know, he worries about if we're going to run out of food stamps or not. And I'll tell him, you know, I wanted to buy you something yesterday. I told him I was going to buy you something to celebrate your A's and B's on your progress report. He's like, no, we can't do that. We have to save our food stamps. You know, we don't want that to happen again like what happened last time. You know, we ran out like a few days. We had only like, you know, $5 or $10 left the week before, or a few days before, whatever it was. Food stamps aren't meant to supply you with all your groceries for an entire month. They're supposed to be a stipend to pay the majority based on what your income is, what can be afforded for you. You know, allotted to you, budgeted for you based on what your income is, what you can afford to pay. So, you know, I just got to keep my eye on the ball with this job, no matter what happens. I got to keep the job, you know. And I think what I'm going to try to do this time is if things go the way they should not go, then I'm just going to document it and file EEOC complaints or, you know, labor board complaints, stuff like that, while I'm still having my job, because I need the pay. I don't know what I'm going to do, but, you know, I shouldn't have been fired from the school board. And Mary Nash Robinson did call and say I could come meet with her, and if I had to come to some agreements with her. Why do I need to come to agreements with her about what? What have I done? That list was an invalid list to begin with. The union told me so because the school board people weren't at the schools. And given the fact that one of the schools on there, I didn't even work out in the second one, the only 2 schools that had a reason listed, you know, wasn't true. That was just put in a different classroom because I couldn't work with a girl on a ventilator, and I stayed there the full day, and I didn't leave early. So I think what happened was the little dumb fuck just called the school secretaries and told them to put me on the exclude list and didn't put a reason down, but there were reasons I told Mary Nash Robinson that indicated very blatant harassment, and I don't know what her agreement terms were, but just over the fiasco that happened with Mr. Graham, the way he acted, you know, if it had been me, I'd have been, you know, okay, this list isn't valid, so I'm not going to use this. And in the future, you come to me personally if you're excluded from a school, or, you know, I'd have said that is what I'd have said, you know, to see what the issues were and dealt with them directly. And I would have advised all principals that if they have issues with substitute teachers and wish to exclude them, to call me first, and then I would investigate it personally before I would allow them to be banned from that school, which is what the union said that should have happened. that it should have been something personally witnessed by somebody at the school to begin with, somebody at the school board. So, let me go turn this in. It's 2:35. I'm going to leave here and go get Jake. See what she says when she wants me to work. So since the office staff was pulling this crap on me when I was at the training center, it's pretty safe to say it's going to be the same when I work in the store. Is Natalie here? I see them. Hey, Natalie. How you doing? Hey, I just wanted to drop this off. We did our responsible vendor training today. So,
yeah, okay.
they gave us our shirts and stuff.
Okay, I have, wait a minute, this right here. I didn't realize, I realized you was on here, but I put in there, I didn't realize, so we didn't have a 4 hours for that day.
Okay.
So, is this going direct deposit, or is it going to your bank account?
It's going to that little white pay card they gave us.
Okay. So, you need to activate that before Wednesday.
Okay.
Because, that's how we're going to get paid.
Okay.
We just had one day for that week. I was starting on Friday, so today is a brand new day. So
Okay.
Thursday was that week. So, we had 4.5 hours session.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I will have to put you It may have you in there. We clock in back here,
Okay.
and you need the last 4 numbers of your social secrets in there. That's not enough for there. Right?
Okay. It's 1849.
Yeah, I'll have it in there. type your number in and hit enter.
Okay.
I'm going to type it. Clock in. You hit F12 and then hit F7.
Okay.
I'll try to leave it on the screen.
Okay.
Tomorrow, sometime tomorrow after 1, come in and you can get and do your train track.
Okay. I did train track with that.
You're not finished with all.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
yeah, but you'll finish all your train tracks
Okay.
on Saturday. Sunday you'll be off. Monday you report at 8 o'clock in the morning. And you will train with Bree. This will be your trainer. You'll train with Bree again on Tuesday. And Thursday, no, Wednesday, I'll put you with Matthew. You work all night. And you'll be on night shift. And you'll work with him. Okay. Wednesday night and then
Oh, I guess I got lucky on that one now. Thanks. Okay. Sounds good. I'll be here tomorrow too.
let me introduce you to the
Oh, sure. How you doing? How you doing? Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Yeah, this is who you report to in the morning. I'll actually go on vacation next week.
Okay.
Or Wednesday, you report to her or her.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to come in at 1 tomorrow, right?
Yeah, you can come in at 1. You'll be doing paperwork at 1, right? Yeah, she'll be doing it. And you'll get her on the train track. I got her already signed in. I'll probably go back to her in the campus. So her own photo work. But she won't be on the rest of it all.
Really glad to see Bonnie. Do you guys have the computer American Technical?
Yeah, the computer works on it.
Okay.
You'll probably get 6-7 hours on the computer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, but that'll help you check out.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Yeah, that'll help a lot. How you doing this time?
So she will be with us Monday. Yeah, she'll start Monday. Tomorrow she'll do her computer work and then she'll start Monday.
Oh, nice to meet you.
You too. Yep, today is truck day, so we're doing the
Oh,
truck.
yeah. I see y'all got a lot to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way that we call, we're like a week behind, so like next week you're getting paid for that support and a half hour.
Oh, right.
And so then the following week you'll get a full check, but you have a full week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you always be a week behind. So whenever you leave, a week after you leave, you always expect another check after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm eager to start. I don't know if you can tell, so I
Yeah.
appreciate it, really. You know, this class is great. So I really appreciate it.
You
All
have
right.
Chandler, Jennifer Chandler,
Jeff Haley. Her name was Haley?
Haley. She must be a new girl.
Oh, well, she's the lady that works in that little office where all the computers are. I thought her name was Haley, but maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
I think her name is Saxon. Last name, I think.
Nikita.
Nikita.
That's it. Nikita, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, she was great there.
Alright.
Yeah, okay. Was that it then?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thanks so much, Madeline. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Alright.
She's really nice. And I hope I didn't make the wrong impression when I jumped in and said, I already did train track. But I didn't act that way on anything else, so that could have been normal, you know. 6 or 7 hours on the computer tomorrow. So I work 8 to 4 Monday, 8 to 4 Tuesday, 11 to 7 Wednesday, and then I'm off Thursday. So they all look very busy too. They may have 4 people there, so this is a busy Circle K. Southern Trace is out this way if you go down this road and take a right on, I forget if it's Forney Lucas Road. So coming into Shreveport, this is the corner stop from Southern Trace, and those are those big homes out there off North Spring Road and all that kind of stuff. So I expect with the holidays there may be some inebriated adults that are coming from parties from that direction, considering the people that live there are so well-to-do, office parties, even, Christmas parties for college students and stuff like that too, church parties and all that kind of stuff. So when you get people like that, you don't know what you're dealing with, and some people can carry being drunk and be drunk all day and nobody knows it, and because they're so used to drinking and staying drunk that it's really tricky. That's the one thing I'm worried about is, I remember, times when people have walked in to buy beer from me, and when I worked at Kroger's, I was a cashier, we were supposed to card people, I think, for beer, but nobody ever came in there and tried to buy beer that was underage when I worked there. But I was a high school student. I didn't work late nights or anything, So, I didn't know I had 6 or 7 more hours on the computer, and that's okay with me. One thing that I'm worried about the most about the job is being able to stand up. Sometimes it's just hard for me to stand. And I know it's, I got this whole thing going on. Oh, they got an accident going on up here. With my uterus and the cysts in my uterus and stuff. And then I have a bulging disc in my neck, and both my arms go numb on me if I bend my elbows and leave them bent for a while, like on a road trip. If I'm driving like a really long way, like when we drove from Virginia here. Bender. Looks like somebody got crunched it pretty good. When I drove to Durango down with Jake, we came down here to live after we left. After we were, evicted. We were evicted. The sheriff came a week later. I called the realtor and I told her, we left, because I didn't have the money for the rent. I was down to the last bit of money I had, and there was no way I was going to get it. My ex-husband wouldn't give it to me, and he was making $4,000 a month, and he stopped sending money altogether by then. So, we were evicted from our home. He knew I was a stay-at-home mom, and I actually had jobs that I had to give up and couldn't keep. I was supposed to start working at Pearson 2 weeks after that. I'd been promoted to supervisor and was going to make $13 an hour. But I couldn't beat the court date on the eviction, and the landlord had already been very patient with me. I could have gone to live in a shelter, I guess. Taken Jake to a shelter in Norfolk, but I'd been homeless before, and just the thought of being in a city where I didn't really know anybody, didn't have any family or anybody there, or anybody that I knew, really, except for the people at church that were so terrible. Then my only option, I decided to come home. My grandmother had invited me the year before. My grandmother told me, why don't you just come on to my house? Don't worry about him. You can come stay in my house. I said, well, Grandma, you got Janice, and her husband living there, you know, Donnie, and she's out in the country, and I was thinking, gosh, you know, she's out in the country, I'm driving this Durango, and the mileage then was still about, I think it was 18 and 22. 18 on the highway, 22 on the highway and 18 in the city. It was really good when we first got it. It was really good mileage. It might have been 15 maybe, but I'm telling you, it wasn't what it was later, you know, and that was the spark plugs, I think. I talked to another guy, he said he has a Durango, he says he always gets at least 15 in his, so yeah. Probably lack of proper engine maintenance. And Roland, I bought the spark plugs, and Roland changed them for me. It only took him an hour. You know, I should have, I guess I could have done that, because I was really good at scoring on assessment. I mean, it was really my thing, and I was really good at it. And I wish that I had, you know, kept that job. But it was only contract work. That was the hard part about it. And so you have a week off between contracts and stuff, but it would have been enough, $13 an hour for 40 hours a week. You know, that would have been good money. 12 times 10 is 120, so that's 130 every 10 days, 20 work days in a week, in a month. Let me see. 5 days, no, what am I thinking? 10 hours is 130 times 4 is what? 520 a week? So I would have caught up. But I'd already been through the stuff with the landlord, and their patience was gone. You know, and I think they were trying. But I was just, you know, I had $350 in my pocket from the last jobs I'd worked and stuff. And, you know, there wasn't any way I was going to catch up, and I think I was 2 months behind on my rent. And, you know, the electric was about to be cut off, and I said, and I had to go begging churches for money to pay my electric bill and stuff. And all I was thinking was, you know, I have this money in my pocket now, and, you know, it's going to, for me, you know, to stay here, I've got to pay this electric bill before the cutoff day. Our electricity's going to be cut off, and I'm going to lose the money I've got in my pocket just to stay here until 5 days from now when I get a full eviction, and I'll have to move out with my son anyway. Then where am I going to go? And the only choice would have been to go to a shelter because, you know, nobody would help me in Jake. And the nicest offer I got from the people at the church was for me to just bring Jake to them. This was nice, quote, nice, end quote. For me to bring Jake to them and let Jake stay at their house, and then I could just figure out what I was going to do, you know. Which would have been me giving up custody of my son. She's like, you can come over and eat dinner with us every night, you know, and maybe you could even sleep on the couch, you know. So all she was trying to do was Judy Pavlicek, she's just trying to get custody of my son. That's what she was doing. If you're going to help somebody, you know, that's not what you do. Unless you just, I mean, if you want the child and that's what you want, then you should ask for it. You know, okay, this is what I'm willing to do. I want custody of your child can stay with me, but I'm not going to allow you to live here. That would have been being straight up about it. But instead being duplicitous about it, you know, and I was like, you know, why would I do that? You know, and the church that we were going to you know, they were spending $500 every Wednesday night just to buy catered meals for the people in the church to come eat, or $200, how much ever it was. And, you know, they gave us that Durango because we were the best couple for it. I was in education, and Earl was working up at Langley Air Force Base, doing, you know, hazardous materials work and stuff. So, you know, if they had wanted to help, I mean, they had huge homes. Jake used to go play with their kids. Just the playrooms, they'd have like a suite of rooms upstairs, or, you know, whatever. I mean, huge rooms and big 2-3, you know, story houses. If they had mattered to them, somebody, they could have done it. You know, they could have just given us the broom closet to stay in, you know, until we got a different place to live. But, you know, those were things, you know, the only thing. I mean, if they'd have just charged everybody $1 for a charitable cause on Wednesday night, you know, asked people for donations for $1, you know, they could have helped us if they had wanted to. I'm not saying they had to give me a handout, but there's a lot of things they could have done and would have kept me and Jake together. There are women with children who don't have any place to go, and the churches will talk to them, and they'll say, yeah, okay, I'll help you with this, and they'll go and find a shelter, you know, where they take families, a family shelter, you know, for families with children. You shouldn't have to give up your children just because you're poor in a financial crisis. That's wrong, and that's the last thing. You know, it's not against the law to be poor and to fall in hard times. It's against the law to sit on your ass and not work for a living, and when you could be working, you know, and refusing to work to support your family. But even in situations like that, social services, just they come in, they just supervise the adult getting a job and make sure they have one, and make sure, you know, and they put them in family housing. They don't split the family up, you know, not unless there's some type of abuse and clear instances of endangerment, you know, drugs, stuff like that. So that was a very, very extreme thing for Judy to say to me, and she meant, you know, she meant to take Jacob is what she meant. And when she said that to me on the phone, I was like, oh, sure, Judy, yeah. She's like, well, okay, so will you call me and, so, you know, let me just think about that and I'll have to get back to you, sure, yeah. And I never called her again. I never spoke to her again, didn't want to talk to her. And, you know, and I wish, you know, I grew up here. There are people who know me here, and it was already as bad as it could be there. And I guess if I had gone to a family shelter, then maybe. But once you get into a shelter situation, shelters are hard to overcome. It's hard to overcome being in a shelter. You know, there's so many circumstances where they, you know, women with small children, Salvation Army kicks people out at 7 o'clock in the morning. You're out on the street, and women with children are out on the street at 7 o'clock in the morning with 3 small kids, you know, and they don't have any transportation, and they got to get those kids into preschool and still go find jobs and get back and pick those kids up and get vouchers and try to pay for their child care. And I went through all of that myself, and it's very difficult. And Jacob was only, he had just turned 9. No, he just turned 8, because it was in 2009, and he turned 8 December of 2008. He was born December 26th, the year 2000. So he had just turned 8, so he was still small. He didn't look little because he's always been a very tall child, but 8 years old is a child that, you know, is, I mean, he's not little tiny toddler, but, you know, he was still a small enough child. I couldn't leave him at home alone. And I never did that. That's something I never did. And people have accused me of abandoning my son. I have never abandoned my son. I have never left him at home alone and gone out partying and drinking. I don't get checks and go out and blow money, nothing like that. You know, and I would never give anybody permission to use money that belongs to me and my son, or that would be available to me and my son. I've got so many things to pay for. I got student loans to pay. You know, I could get my teacher certification. You know, just have health insurance so I can go get, you know, this stuff with my uterus taken care of. But I have a cervical strain and a bulging disc in my neck, and I have scoliosis in my hips, which came up on an x-ray. One of my hips is higher than the other one. Then I have uterine cysts and hemorrhagic bleeding. They're cysts that bleed within themselves, so I bleed internally, which I may or may not be aware of because the blood may not come out of my uterus. And what else? I'm trying not to sneeze. Then I have a cyst on my right ovary. The cervical strain is what makes my hands go numb, and I've had that since I was in my 20s. I just did never have the money to pay for it, and my insurance ran out, so I never got anything done about it. You don't have money, honey, you're toast. You know, medicine is all about money, and I understand doctors have to get paid, you know, and it takes a lot of money to take care of people, but I had medical bills from it when I went through it before anyway. My arms still go numb on me when I sleep at night. My arms, they're just like dead weight on the side of my body if I have my elbows bent. So when I sleep at night, I'll wake up and my arms will just be, you know, I can't, they're just like bricks on the side of my body. So, you know, we all got troubles, right? But I think they're all correctable problems. I could have cancer. The doctor's report said that there was one suspicious area. It looked like it could have been cancer. It could have been a malignancy. And usually, you know, perimenopausal women going through menopause, go through bleeding spells anyway, but I bled for about 7 weeks, and that was scary because I did get dizzy from it and stuff, and so I'm hormonally imbalanced, so I was told by the doctor, who did not do a pelvis on me, but I went through a machine that they did all this checking with and everything. They say everything pretty much, you know. Wasn't any question. I know Jake's going to feel like he's free as a bird. So I get to start working now, and I get to start making a paycheck. And I just got to make sure I keep this job. I need this job, and if I have to work all night, that's fine with me. You know, I just got to deal with the pain in my back. And I think if I just start exercising, like when I was walking just once or twice, since my Durango has been broken down, I might do the walk up. Let's see. Might just go do the walk up window, or the walk up door. Let's see how many cars they got. You know, and I did go to the dentist back in 2007, I believe. I went to the dentist and I had no cavities. And I hadn't been to the dentist before that in at least 15 years. And I know it's because of the way I scrub my teeth. I brush my teeth and I brush them hard. But she did tell me that I was in danger of, you know, the gingivitis thing. I needed to watch that. and start flossing or else, and I didn't start flossing. I should have, but I didn't. So, there's my sign here. What a pretty dog.
I'll take it out.
How you doing?
Otherwise, it's right. Hey, I'm good. Hey, Mark. No, I don't have any more grades. You gotta tell her. French now stands for get those activities done, man. If he does his activities, he does his assignments. If they don't do assignments, they only get them once a week. If they do their assignments, they're not doing them. They get zero. You know, and have it. I mean, if I get them a grade every week, and the other one they put up the activities. They got 2 grades today. All they have to do is put words on the
wallet, you need to put your cards in it too.
Yeah.
Where did you get that? I might get myself one of those.
Amazon.
Okay, Amazon. I guess I hadn't. Oh, are they really? I never shop on Amazon. I guess I'll up here. Everybody else does. I'm behind the times. I don't even have a computer at home, so.
I have one, but it's so convenient.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh, really? That makes sense, yeah. Especially with the holidays coming up.
Can you get her jeans and her cap and stuff ready for it? So when I come through there, she can have me in the morning. We're going tonight. Alright. When I get off work in a few minutes, I gotta go back to work. That's when we is waiting for Tay-Tay. Tay-Tay is gonna have service at 2:20.
How y'all doing?
I just pulled up the video. Oh, that's tell me about that. Yeah.
Oh. That's okay. That's all right. One thing I want to ask you is, you know, about I know Linwood did. Charter School. Really not my second.
Wait, me? I did do
Look at all.
Oh, that's okay. I got it. Okay. Okay.
Okay, appreciate it.
Here comes another. Two more.
All right, let me grab it.
More two. So there's you. You're going to come. Thank you.
Hey there.
Thank you.
Look at that. Hey there.
Hey there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey.
How are you? Good.
Hey there. How are you? Thank you. See anybody here?
Wayne sounds like a kamikaze. It's so loud. Hey, what you doing? No. No, I just saw how long the car line was, and I said, I'm not going to sit in that car line because it was so long. Okay. Oh, that's all that paperwork I had for. I start working tomorrow. I'm gonna work about 1 to 8 tomorrow. So one thing is going to the library.
Oh, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
And I work Monday and Tuesday 8 to 4, overnight Wednesday 11 to 7. And I'm off Thanksgiving.
Wait, what day is Thanksgiving?
Thursday.
Thursday.
I didn't charge your phone.
Oh, terrible. So what, we don't know how?
No, well, closes at 4:30, so there's no point in going there. I hadn't heard from Roland, though.
What?